Welcome to my stories. I'm Voices and Voses. On this channel, we'll explore the power of learning languages through stories. If you're ready, let's jump in.
It was Saturday morning. The sun was shining through the window. Sophia opened her eyes slowly and smiled. She lived in a small but modern apartment in the city. Everything was clean and beautiful, just like in her Instagram photos. Sophia got out of bed, walked to the kitchen, and made a cup of coffee. She poured the coffee into her favorite white cup and added a little milk. Then she placed the cup near the window, where the sunlight looked perfect. She took her phone and carefully took a photo. "Good morning. Coffee, peace, and sunshine," she wrote as a caption. Then she posted it on Instagram. A few seconds later, the likes started to come. "Beautiful cup. You live the dream. Your mornings are always perfect." Sophia looked at the screen and smiled again. She sat down on the sofa. The room was quiet. No music, no voices, just the soft sound of the city outside. She opened Instagram again. She wanted to check her new post, but something strange appeared. There was a photo. The same photo. Same coffee cup, same sunlight, same words. But it was not her post. It was from a different account. The name was True Eyes, and under the photo, there was a message. "Sophia's life always looks perfect, but nobody sees how alone she really is." Sophia froze. Her hands started to shake. She looked at the window. She looked at the door. "Who took that photo?" she whispered. "Who is watching me?" Sophia stood in the living room. Her heart was beating fast. She looked around the apartment. "Is someone here?" she said quietly. She opened the bedroom door. Nobody. She checked the bathroom. Empty. She looked in the kitchen. No one. Everything was the same. Clean. Quiet. Too quiet. She went to the window and looked outside. Nothing looked strange. Then her phone made a sound. Ping. A message appeared on the screen. It was from her friend Julia. "Don't forget. Dinner tonight at 7. Can't wait to see you." Sophia read the message and took a deep breath. "Yes," she said. "Dinner with Julia. It's just a normal day." She walked to her room and changed her clothes. A nice dress, a little makeup, and red lipstick. She looked at herself in the mirror. "Smile," she told herself. "Everything is fine." Sophia picked up her phone, her keys, and her small black bag. She walked to the door, stopped for a second, and looked back. The apartment was still and perfect, just like always. She opened the door and left. Sophia and her friends went to a restaurant for dinner. The restaurant was very nice and busy. There were small candles on the table. Everyone wore nice clothes. Sophia wore a red dress. Her hair was wavy. She wore shiny red lipstick. The table looked beautiful. There were colorful foods on the plates. Salad, pasta, meat, cheese, bread, and red wine. The waiters worked quickly. Soft music played inside. First, Sophia did not start eating. She took out her phone. She fixed the food on her plate. She moved her fork a bit to the right. She folded her napkin. Then she took a photo from above. Click. Next, she turned her glass and took another photo. Click. Then she turned to her friend. "Julia, let's take a selfie," she said. They laughed together. They put their faces close. Click. Sophia opened Instagram right away. She chose a nice filter. She wrote, "Dinner with my girls. So happy tonight." Then she posted it. A few seconds later, her phone vibrated. Notifications started to come. Hearts, comments, emojis. Sophia looked happy, but only her face smiled. Her eyes looked tired. Her friends talked. They talked about a new movie, work, and old boyfriends. After a while, Sophia stood up. "I'm going to the bathroom," she said. She smiled and walked away. The bathroom was at the end of the hall. The hall was quiet. The lights were a little dim. She opened the door and went in. The mirror was big and clean. Sophia looked at the mirror. She fixed her hair. She looked at her lipstick. She pulled her dress. She smiled at herself. Then her phone made a sound. Ping! There was a new message. The screen showed Leo. Sophia took a deep breath. She opened the message. Leo's message said, "I can't do this anymore, Sophia. Everything is about you. You only think about yourself. You're always busy with your phone. You do not care about people. You are a narcissist, Sophia, and you don't even realize it. I loved you, but now I'm tired. Goodbye." Sophia looked at the screen. Her face did not change. Her eyes did not get big. She did not cry. She stood still and quiet. She looked at the mirror. She took a deep breath, but her eyes were full of anger. She looked calm, but inside she felt fire. She spoke slowly at first. "Me? A narcissist?" she said. Then her voice changed. She shouted, "I'm not a narcissist. You are all stupid." Her voice was loud in the bathroom. The sound echoed on the walls. She looked at the mirror again. Her eyes were big. Her face was red. She started to breathe very fast. She walked in circles. She pulled her hair a little. She looked at the door. She looked at the mirror again. She pointed at her reflection and shouted. Then she stopped. She looked at her face in the mirror. She stood straight. She fixed her hair. "Perfect again," she said in a soft voice. Then she took out her phone. She looked at her last photo. She added a filter. She posted it with the words, "Best night ever." Sophia came back from the bathroom. She walked slowly. She tried to look calm. Her face was quiet, but inside she was still angry. She sat down at the table. Her friends were talking and laughing. The food was still there. Sophia picked up her glass. She took a small sip. She opened her phone. Suddenly, a new notification appeared. It was a video. Sophia's eyes became wide. It was a video of her in the bathroom. She saw her face. She saw herself pointing at the mirror. She heard her own voice. The sound was loud. Her hand started to shake. She looked around. Her heart beat fast. The video was posted on a strange account. The post had already many views. People were commenting, "Wow, crazy. Is this real?" Sophia stood up quickly. Her chair made a loud sound. Everyone looked at her. She shouted, "Who did this? Who took this video?" People at the next tables turned to look. The restaurant became very quiet. Sophia looked at her friends. She pointed at them. "Was it you, Julia? Anna? Did you do it?" Her friends looked surprised and scared. "No, Sophia. We don't know anything," said Julia. Sophia's hands were shaking. She looked at her phone again. The video was still playing. She saw her angry face in the mirror. Everyone was looking at her now. Some people took out their phones. Someone was filming her again. Sophia looked around. She took her bag. She shouted again, "You are all fake!" Then she ran out of the restaurant. She walked fast into the street. Her eyes were full of fire. She did not cry. She was too angry to cry. She walked in the dark street. Her red dress moved with the wind. Her high heels made sharp sounds. She took a deep breath. She said to herself, "This is not over." Sophia walked fast in the street. Her face was red. She was breathing hard. Her heels hit the ground loudly. She opened the door to her apartment. Bang! She didn't take off her shoes. She threw her bag on the couch. She walked to the mirror. She looked at herself. Her hair was a mess. She was still angry. "This is crazy," she said. She took her phone. She opened Instagram again. She wanted to report the video. She wanted to delete everything. But ping, a new notification came. It was another video. She opened it. This video was from 2 years ago. She was in an office. She was talking to a man. Sophia smiled in the video. Then she gave the man a folder. The man shook her hand. The woman at the computer looked confused. There was a caption on the video. "This is how Sophia took Julia's job. She lied. She stole Julia's work." Sophia's mouth opened in shock. No, this is not true," she said. More comments started to come. She refreshed the page. "What kind of person does this?" "She is fake. I followed her for years. Now I'm done. This woman is dangerous." Sophia's hands began to shake. She dropped her phone. It fell on the floor. She sat on the couch. She held her head with both hands. Her breathing was fast again. She looked around her apartment. It felt smaller, colder. She stood up again. She shouted, "Why is this happening to me?" She looked out the window. There were no people outside, only dark streets. She felt very alone. She walked to her desk. She opened her laptop. It was very late at night. The city was quiet. No cars, no people, only the sound of the wind outside. The lights were off. Only her laptop screen was on. Her face looked tired. Her eyes were red. She had not slept. Suddenly, ping, 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 new messages, new notifications. She opened her phone. More videos, more pictures, all about her. One video showed her shouting at someone in a meeting. Another video showed her laughing while someone else cried. Old pictures, old messages, old mistakes. She looked at the screen. Her hands were cold. Her lips were shaking. She whispered, "I didn't do anything wrong." She said it again. "I didn't do anything." She looked up. Her eyes were full of pain. Her voice became louder. "I didn't do anything. I just won." She stood up slowly. She looked at the window. Then she looked at her own reflection in the glass. "People love to be victims," she said, "but not me. I don't like to be weak." Her voice cracked. Her eyes filled with tears. She put her hands on her face. She sat down again. And then she started to cry. Not loud, not with words, just quiet tears in the dark room. She hugged her knees. Her phone kept making sounds. Ping, ping, ping. She didn't look anymore. She just cried, like no one was watching. It was morning. The sun came into the room slowly. Sophia was still on the floor. She was tired. She did not sleep. She was still wearing the same dress. She opened Instagram. Her heart beat fast. She looked at her follower number. The number was going down. Every second, it was less. Sophia's eyes got big. "What is happening?" she said quietly. She read the comments. "I can't follow this kind of person. She is so fake. If I were her, I would leave social media now. Someone like her should not represent us." "Unfollow." Sophia hit the table with her hand. "Enough!" she shouted. Her breathing got fast. She stood up. "Leave social media? For something this small?" She raised her hand and pointed to the ceiling. "People make everything so big. This is stupid." She started walking around the room. Her steps were fast. Her feet hit the floor hard. "I didn't kill anyone. I didn't hurt anyone. What is happening?" Then she stopped. She read one more comment. "Just say sorry and go away. For peace." Sophia shook her head. She smiled slowly, but it was a fake smile. "Sorry? Why?" "Because I was strong. Because I was successful." Then she looked at the mirror. She spoke slowly. "I am not guilty. I just won." Sophia walked to the kitchen. She opened the coffee machine. She made a cup of coffee. She was very tired. She took a deep breath. She looked at her phone again. The number of followers was still going down. She laughed a little and said, "Followers go, followers come." She took a sip of her coffee. But then, her phone made a loud sound. Ping, ping, ping. A new video. She opened it. In the video, a young woman was crying. Her name was Carla. Sophia knew her. Carla said, "Sophia made fun of me online. She told people to laugh at my clothes. After that, I lost all my clients. No one wanted to work with me. I felt alone. I wanted to hurt myself. I almost did. But someone helped me." Sophia's face turned white. She dropped her coffee on the floor. The cup broke. Coffee spilled everywhere. Her mouth was open. Her hands were shaking. People started writing comments. "She's a bully. She ruined Carla's life. This is not a small thing now. She should leave forever." Sophia couldn't move. She just stood there. The screen was full of hate. Then her phone rang. It was her manager. She answered. The voice on the phone was cold. "Sophia, we cannot work with you anymore. This is too big now, my advice. Delete your account. Disappear. Maybe people will forget." One day, Sophia didn't speak. She just listened. Then the call ended. She sat on the floor again. She opened Instagram. She looked at her page. All her photos, all her videos, all her perfect life. She was crying now. Her hands were wet. Her eyes were full of pain. She clicked. Settings, delete account. The screen asked, "Are you sure?" She clicked. Yes, and everything was gone. Sophia closed her eyes. Her phone was silent. Her world was quiet. Everything had gone wrong.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and let's connect in the comments to make these stories even better.